Body dysmorphia, like, you were talking about a bit about that. It's a huge factor usually people's obsession to like look a certain way. Has this affected you before? And if it has, like, what are the steps you've done to sort of?
So, body dysmorphia for me, I think, has only come around in the last few years, where everyone obviously wants to look good, they want to feel good, and being a personal trainer, you see that day to day, whether it's people wanting to feel good mentally, look good for a holiday or wedding, whatever. And it's just gradually grown with the openness of mental health. I think with fitness, the body dysmorphia has grown with it, where people are actually associating the two, where they're looking not how they want to do, but then it's affecting their mental health, and it's just that spiral effect, where the snowball effect, it just gradually gets bigger and bigger to the point where it's real bad body dysmorphia, and you can't find a way out of it, where you're doing things to help yourself in the gym, but you're still not content with the way you look or the way that you're performing. So I think body dysmorphia is huge in today's industry, and with the likes of social media, it can help, but a lot of the time it doesn't help, because you're always associating yourself with that person on Instagram, or that person on Facebook, or the person in the gym, and you're never feeling as good as you want to feel. So I feel, yeah, body dysmorphia is big in the industry. So
would you say this is part of the reason that you started this, this whole gymmer, like being a personal trainer, helping people out? Is this part of the reason?
Absolutely. It's my goal as a personal trainer, as a fitness coach, is for my clients to not need me. I want them, I'll always sit down with them and say, right, what are your goals? Whether it be drop dress size, get fit for holiday, get fit for a competition, but we always nail the end goal down to feeling comfortable in the skin that they wear, because body confidence is huge, and if we can nail that body confidence, then that body dysmorphia goes away, because you're happy every morning, every night you go to sleep, you're happy with the person that you are. So if we can build that body confidence, and that's the one goal of mine as a personal trainer to create for my clients and anyone that walks in the gym, is we build that body confidence.
And you did mention social media platforms where people look at and compare themselves to, but do you want to touch a bit more about that, how social media, especially in recent years, is such a massive toll?
Yeah, it's a gift and a curse, because with social media today, we've got our hands open to so much information, whether that's good information or whether it's bad information. And over the recent years, it's drastically getting worse, but you can see some glimmers of hope coming through the cracks, where you've got the likes of fitness influencers preaching that they're doing this and this, when in reality they're doing none of that, and they're doing this and this behind your back just to glorify how they look. And innocent people, general population, will look into that and think, well, I'm going to do that. If that's how they look and what they're doing, I'm going to do that, not realising the negative health benefits or the risk that they're putting themselves into to achieve that, whether that be performance enhancing drugs, whether that be a restrictive diet that can affect hormones and put you in a poor mental health state. We have this social media image of that's how we have to look, and unfortunately that is the majority, whereas the minority are saying, guys, if you want to do this, these are the health risks. This is how you should do it properly. This is what you should do. And I like to consider myself that I'm in that minority approach, where I'm the no, I'll say it how it is. If you're going to do it, this is the health risks. This is what we do. Whereas majority go, do this, achieve this, do this, look like this, without saying the bad stuff. And that's unfortunately the world that we live in with social media, because it's so easy to get into this loophole of that body dysmorphia, and right, if I want to look good, I need to look like this, without knowing the negative sides of it. So
one of the main things you'd say that is you've noticed recently that the young adults, especially nowadays, are getting swayed so easily, whether it's take steroids or what.
Absolutely, it's so easy to fall into. We'll take performance enhancing drugs, for example. It's so easy to fall into that caveat. easy to get access. Anyone you walk into almost any gym and someone's either selling it or someone knows someone who can get it for you without giving you the education, the knowledge. I've spent £30,000 outside of my education, on my own education, to ensure that I give my clients the best knowledge. But unfortunately, in gyms and social media, you've got these guys that have got no knowledge. They've taken it because their mate has told them to take it, and they look good, and they've passed on that information. And they have no idea how it affects your body. They have no idea how to do it correctly. They've just been shown how to do it, and they've now this vicious cycle of passing on that information has just had a knock-on effect. And unfortunately, you've got these young kids that are taking stuff. They have no idea what it is, what it does. They're just taking it because they want to look good. 5-10 years down the line, that will have a negative impact on them, whether it becomes to making a family, internal organs, their hormone balance. It's just going to be wiped. And we have what to blame for it? Social media, because you've got 21-year-olds, 18-year-olds, even 17-year-olds jumping on these vicious cycles where it's just going to absolutely wreck them for the long run, and there's no way coming back from it, all because they've seen it on social media. And there's very few and far between of us coaches that try and educate people, say, if you're going to do it, you need to do it right. You don't need to do it between the ages of 17 and 30 because your body is still adapting. Your body is still creating testosterone. You are still at your peak. If you're new into the gym, you need to be training at least 5 years minimal without taking anything, so your body can adapt and grow the way that it should do before you even consider going down the performance enhancing route.
And I've looked through your Instagram before and stuff, and I've seen the way you present yourself, and you look really good for what you do. But at the start of your sort of career and your journey, did you consider taking them, or before any research whatsoever? No.
So when I first started my fitness journey, it was in the military. So all the performance enhancing stuff was a big no-no. You couldn't take any of it. I was young. My metabolism was through the roof. I was doing 3 sessions of exercise a day, so I was in good shape, and I didn't have that feel to go, I need to take it to the next step. I need to take it to the next step. This was 10 years ago, so that form of body dysmorphia wasn't around. The performance enhancing drug side of it wasn't out there on social media. We had the likes of Ziz, which was an Australian guy who just used to walk around topless, and that was the only thing we had of how to look good. Obviously we had Arnie, we had Ronnie Coleman and all that lot, but it wasn't out there as publicly as what it is now. So I never really thought about it until when I left the army. I was sort of forced down the route of taking what's called testosterone replacement therapy due to my back injury. And then I wanted to compete, and I wanted to compete on the big stage. I wanted to compete with the big guys. And that sort of led me down to gaining the knowledge and understanding of what I need to do to reach my potential when stepping on stage. And I made sure I did it the right way, because I've seen it gone wrong, and I've seen kids do it wrong, and I've seen the negative sides of it. So I was making sure that I was going to do it right. Got the help, got the knowledge, had a coach that was in the know-how, and that's what a lot of people don't do today, is do that research before jumping in. So I only ever thought about it for the last 18 months really, that I've been what you would call a performance enhanced drug user. I don't like using that term, but that's ultimately what it is. And again, through testosterone replacement therapy, I get my testosterone through the NHS, because my back caused me to go on so much medication that it's reduced my natural production of testosterone. So I was sort of forced down to taking exogenous hormones, which then led me on to where I am today.
You spoke really well there.
No worries.
Thank you so much.
No worries at all.